All right, in this video, we're going to look at making chess pieces with Fusion 360, and specifically, we want to work on using our revolve function. What a revolve will allow us to do is to sketch half of a profile and then revolve that around an axis in 3 dimensions, and that will allow us to create a full solid object. Now, that works really well for the pawn, but for others, it only lets us get so far, right? This is symmetrical up until about here, and so it would still allow us to create the main body of the rook, and then still add other features, probably using a circular pattern. And then for the king, the same thing, totally symmetrical all the way until you get to the very top. So you can do the whole sketch profile and then add other things to where it becomes less symmetrical, right? Because this isn't symmetrical here. This is definitely not symmetrical. So let's take a look at how we can do that in Fusion 360. So here we are. And let's just go ahead and start and save our thing as chess set. Okay, and let's create a new component. And let's call this one pawn. Very good. And in pawn, we're going to go ahead and create a sketch. And we're going to choose one of these side ones. Very good. And if we want to we can either imagine a pawn, or we could even bring a picture of a pawn in if we wanted to. And here's a picture of a pawn. We're going to go ahead and place it right here. It's nice and dead center right now. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at dead center so we can use the origin. Its size and scale overall from here to here is an inch. So whatever we end up making is actually going to end up being a little bit bigger than that. And that's okay. We can always scale it up and down. Let's hit OK. And from here, let's go ahead and first create our line of symmetry. So right down the middle of this. Okay. And everything else, we're just going to create the outer profile that's going to be revolved. All right, so first one here, let's do a 3-point arc. Boing. And it looks like we can go for a single line over there. Spline, maybe to get around this corner. Remember, you can zoom in to get finer details on your curvatures. And you don't have to use these 3-point arcs. I just like to use them because they have a nice tendency to be a little bit smoother and more controllable than the spline. And then let's just close this. Oops. Bring this down so that it is in line with this. Good. And then we can close it off. Okay, finish sketch. And now we can revolve this around an axis. And so now we go up here to revolve. If you don't see it, you can go under create and revolve. And we can revolve this profile around an axis. And it creates a new body. And we can go into our canvas. Turn the canvas off. And there you go. There's a pawn. Pretty cool. So you can follow the same process for each of your other pieces. I would recommend that you go into here, do a new component, choose the next piece. Probably your rook would be another good one to work on. And you can just, hide the pawn, work on the rook, and go from there. Now, keep in mind, this is just a standard chess set, right? You can make whatever you want. Once you get a base in place, you could put a dragon head on something. You could put a Yoda's head or Darth Vader. You can create your own Star Wars set, fish, um, Mary Poppins. I don't care, right? So just because you see a standard chess set and it probably is easier to make doesn't mean you have to just do a standard chess set. Have fun with it, kids.